everyone. Hello, welcome in, Sam. Hey, Marty, welcome in. How is everybody this evening? I hope the answer is great. Forgive me in advance. I won't be putting the chat up on the screen today. We have a lot of information that I want to get to you as quickly and efficiently as possible. Please let me know that you can hear me okay and that my audio is good. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome in, ladies. Thank you so much for being here tonight. As you all saw from the thumbnail or may have already heard from me, hi, Sue Ann. Welcome in. Tonight, we are going to go over all things algorithm. As I said, I want to make this an educational space for us to learn about the nuances of YouTube, whether you are a channel or you're just curious as to why we ask you to do some of the things that we do. Hey, Coley, welcome in. Excellent. So if you don't have a whip and a sip, grab one real quick, or if you're a content creator or maybe thinking about becoming one, I highly recommend get a notebook and a pen so you can take some very important notes. Okay, you can't hear me as clearly as you usually do. Let me double check this. There we go. I think that may improve it just a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know if that improved it or if it's just the same. It could also be the position of where my microphone is. And I really try not to have that thing in the camera, but there's not much I can do about it. She said, girl, it's fine. Relax. Consider me relaxed. So, like I said, this is a note-heavy topic, and I want to make sure that I'm able to give you the information that you need to know and answer the questions that may have been burning in the back of your mind. For me, at least, getting to understand what the algorithm is, how it works, and how it impacts me as a channel. I'm sorry, I don't even see it. I think it says, girl, I don't know. I'll see it in a second. Anyway, understanding the algorithm and how it impacts how I show up in the YouTube feeds for people was pretty critical for me to learn, even though I didn't get it for months. I don't know about other content creators. By all means, put it in the chat and let us know. How was it for you? Did you easily understand the algorithm, or is it still a bit of a mystery to you? Have you watched other channels or other videos that told us this is how you hack the algorithm, or the algorithm is easy if you do this, that, and the other? The reality of it is you can't hack the algorithm. Let me break that myth right now at the beginning of this conversation. Now, those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain what the algorithm is. It's basically a recommendation system. At its core, the algorithm is a sophisticated system that analyzes a lot of different data to predict what viewers want to see and what they're willing to watch next. There is not a single fixed formula, but rather a constantly evolving set of rules for this particular machine and learning model. Oh, she said, girl, let it be in the camera. It's couture and picky. Yes. Love my microphone. And I love my members because they're one of the main reasons I was able to get the microphone. Having a membership on this channel afforded me resources that didn't take away from the primary existence of myself and my family. So a shameless plug for the membership. If you're not already a member of my channel, consider yourself invited to become a member, because not only are you supporting the growth and opportunities that I have for this channel, it gives me the freedom to be more available to each and every one of you. For example, just last week, I was able to access having a Zoom account. So now I'll be able to go through Zoom to have direct engagement with my members, and I'm excited about that. But more about that later. Let's get back to the algorithm. Now, like I said just a few moments ago, one of the things that kind of make this difficult. Hello, Ursula. Welcome in. Thank you for being here tonight. I really struggled with understanding what the algorithm was. I felt like, okay, I'm a new channel. Nobody knows who I am. So nobody's ever going to see my videos. How am I going to get recommended out? I am fortunate that I am connected with a few platforms that have already established themselves. So as they talked about what I was doing over here, my voice got heard by other people. People came over and they got to meet me. And I'm grateful for every one of those relationships and glad to say I still have them. But it's the thing about the algorithm is not gatekeeping you as an individual channel or even a potential channel. I'm sorry. I can only see the comment before it's from Ursula. It says, "Good evening, everyone. Hello, beautiful. You are so sweet. Hello, Amelia. How are you, my darling? It is good to see you tonight." Now, as I was saying, the algorithm is not trying to suppress your content or hide you from your potential audience. Hey, Mama Winch, welcome in. Instead, what it's trying to do is find out who you are, what you're offering, and who best to recommend you to. Now, what the algorithm is most seriously considering is the viewer's behavior, not yours. And I know that's kind of backwards. You're thinking, I'm the content creator. Shouldn't it be concerned with me? Well, it is. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Primarily, though, the algorithm is looking at its audience. Who do I show you to? If you are a fiber art content creator, they're probably not showing your videos to somebody who likes to watch videos about working on cars or plumbing or preppers or things like that. Those are not going to be the spaces that your videos are going to do well. You see, the algorithm really is your friend. So you want to have video content that is pushed to the right direction. I would be disturbed if every time I turned on my YouTube channel, it showed me videos about how to fix cars. That's not my wheelhouse. It's not my testimony. I would also be highly upset if every time I turned on my YouTube space, it showed me basketball videos. Again, yours truly is 5'4". I am not going to grow. Never liked basketball. I understand the mechanics of it, but I don't like it. I'll just be honest. Those of you that do, don't hate me. Just forgive me. It's my thing. But that's why the algorithm is important. What some of the factors that the algorithm is considering for viewers is watch time. If you're only going to watch things that are 10 to 12 minutes long, if you got a TikTok attention span, and I say TikTok, and I'll explain all about that in a moment. But if you have a very short attention span, or you're only going to stick around for 10 to 12 minutes, well, I'm not going to show you videos that are going to be 90 minutes long because that hurts the content creator. And it's not fair to them. And it's also not fair to the person who's watching. Another thing, again, is audience retention. If this is a person who never watches a channel consistently, for example, as a channel, I'm Yes Michelle Crochets. If people come to my channel once and they never return, well, they're not going to recommend my video to those people because they know that those people are not connected with me, my brand, or what I'm representing. So therefore, that's the wrong place to send me. However, if you are subscribed to my channel and you've clicked the bell notification, and I hope you have, and as content creators, I hope you guys are remembering to tell your audience to do that as well. Because sometimes, even though we know that they probably know to do this, we all need a reminder from time to time. We're always doing multiple things. So having a reminder to tell us to click that like button, hit the subscribe button, and tickle that bell notification. Of course, use your own words. Reminds your audience that not only are you intending to be here on a repeated basis, but it also tells them what you need them to do to encourage you to put out content. So, guys, thank you all for being here and thank you all for connecting with one another. This really means a lot to me to have you here. And moreover, it means a lot that you're here to support me as I'm doing minute pivots on my platform. The other thing that the algorithm is paying attention to is engagement. Are your audience people the kind of folks who only watch on their phone and therefore they're going to hit a quick like and maybe they're not going to subscribe? Maybe they're watching on their televisions and they just can't or don't know how to hit the like button. That's something that I'm going to try to start remembering myself to explain. How do you click the like button when you're watching on your television? And the answer, in case you're wondering, is you grab your remote, you hit the arrow up button. It gives a banner of information, the description box. It shows your subscribe button. It shows whether or not they want the closed captioning, the like and dislike, and all of those gears. But by telling them to click the arrow up button and scroll over to the thumbs up, that's how you click a like while watching on your television. So if you didn't already know, now you know. The other thing is share. You're hearing me as you watch more of my videos say, I really need you to share this video because I'm in a growing season. And you guys, those of you who are in your growing season, and I hope anybody, no matter whether you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers, I hope you see yourself as a growing season, because the reality is YouTube has a funny way of disconnecting people from channels that they've watched for weeks, months, and years. So reminding your people, double check to make sure you're subscribed to my channel still, even though you know you were before. And that number fluctuates. Those of you who have channels already have probably seen you might have 500 subscribers today, and then tomorrow you've got 470, and you can't figure out, did a bunch of people leave? No, YouTube did some checks and decided to randomly start unsubscribing people. Maybe they're people who haven't been engaging with your content. All of that's algorithm based, and those are things that you need to constantly be reminding your audience to make sure that they need to check on and kind of keep up with. It's kind of a relationship. If you're not pouring into them what you need, they don't know what to give you. They, in a way, are their own algorithm for you and for me. So there is that. And of course, one of the things I try to do, though I have missed it on occasion, is to make sure that I put in an end screen that encourages not only that like and subscribe and share, but it also recommends another video. Typically, I leave it into the hands of YouTube to decide what video it recommends. Maybe this is someone who really loves videos about the books related to crochet. So they're going to want to see another video that is about the books that I talk about. Maybe this is someone who's new to crochet and really needs to know more about the different abbreviations that we use. So it's going to recommend a video based on that. Hopefully, most likely, it's going to be one of your videos. But if you're not plugging in those end screens, then the algorithm may not recommend you as the next video that shows up. Some people watch on their television, like I said, and they're not physically choosing the next video. Instead, the algorithm is. So if this isn't someone who constantly connects with your channel, the next video coming up might not be you. Why is that important? Think about your watch hours. If you don't have a minimum of 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers, you're not monetized on any level with YouTube, which means you're not getting paid. So all of the work that you're doing to grow your platform is for naught, because there is no ROI, return on your investment. And many of us do this as, yes, a passion project, but we also do this because it's a resource that recoups funds for us to pay for the time we invest. For me, it also pays for the educational time that I spend learning about this mechanic that is YouTube. I didn't wake up yesterday and go, I want to understand all things algorithm, and now I do. No, that's not how that worked. I literally did my homework. And that took time that I was not crocheting. That was time that I wasn't engaging with my family or visiting other channels that I dearly love and support. Instead, I was being a student so that I could sit in front of you and confidently try to help you demystify what is an algorithm and why is it so important. Now, here's a factor that really, even as I'm going to discuss it with you, kind of is weird to me, and that is the click through rate. This is the percentage of people who click your video after seeing the thumbnail and title. So let's say they're in their recommendation part of their YouTube channel, and they see person A, person B, maybe they see two of your videos. Based on the thumbnail, they decide I'm going to watch this video versus that. Maybe they choose it based on the title, but that CTR, click-through rate, is something that the YouTube system is looking at to consider. Do I need to continue to recommend this video, or is this something I don't need to recommend quite as much because it doesn't have the level of engagement? So those things are very important, which is why in the future we will talk more deeply about how branding and marketing your particular niche and platform will come into play and intersect with the algorithm. But we'll talk more about that later. Not tonight. I don't have time. We've only got an hour and we're already 17 minutes in. So guys, thank you. I hope that the information that I'm giving you guys is beneficial to you, either as a person with the channel or just as an audience member, to better understand why certain videos show up in front of you on your algorithm. And then of course, there's the not interested feedback. I have used this on occasion. YouTube has sent me channels that are in my niche that just are not, I don't connect with them. And it has no negativity about the content creator. But if they're talking about a particular style of crochet that is either over my wheelhouse or it just daunts me and I don't want to see it, I can very easily say, don't show me videos that are about whatever. And I'm not going to tell you what those things are. That's my business. And it's something I'm keeping to myself. Anyway, but yes, it does keep the feedback about things that you're not interested in. So therefore, it's sending you to the right places. It's letting you show up at the right house or on the right device. It also keeps a viewing history. So let's say you were looking at a bunch of thumbnails in your recommendations and you saw, oh, so-and-so has a video. I want to watch that, but I need to watch this because I got to figure out how to do this, whatever that is. But I'm going to go back to that. So you might have watched the intro or just a piece of that video, but you left to go watch something else. Well, if you go to your viewer history, you can go back to that other video and watch it in its entirety. That's the beauty of our algorithm. It keeps that information for us. It also keeps a history of your search history. So let's say you looked up how to change a light bulb under the microwave for my stove. I know that's a specific thing, but I have to change the light bulb under my microwave. So that is something I'm going to be looking up. Anyway, that information will show up in my history. So let's say I looked it up in my room on my television. But when I go into the kitchen, I'm going to look at my phone and my search history is there so I can see what it is I wanted to know. What video I said, oh, this one makes the most sense for me, and watch that one in greater detail at the place I need to see it. Hence, there's a lot of moving parts to the algorithm. And this is why when you watch those videos where they're like, oh, you can trick the algorithm to show up more in other people's YouTube feed. No, you can't. No, you can't. All you can do is produce the best product, the best video that you can produce with an eye-catching thumbnail and a mind-catching title. Use those things. Produce your best product. That's the only thing you need to do to trick the algorithm. Everything else is for naught. You're basically watching somebody else's channel to lie to you. And I'm sorry, I'll do a lot of things. I will laugh with you. I will let you laugh at me. But what I won't do is lie to you. What I know is what I know, and this is true. You cannot trick the algorithm. Now, some of the things that show up related to our videos that YouTube gets information about, whether you're giving it directly to them or not. Thank you, Ursula. That made my day. Thank you. And I can't see your comment yet, Marty, but it'll come up in a moment. Anyway, is metadata. I did not understand, and I still don't fully get what the purpose of metadata is, but I first had to understand what metadata was. I am a girl who loves her yarn, okay? I love my yarn. I love my kids. Ask me about children. Ask me about autism, but don't ask me right now. It's not time. Nonetheless, ask me about the things I know. I could talk forever about it. Ask me about metadata and you're going to get the duh face. The what the are you talking about? Because I have no clue. So I had to first understand what metadata is. And if you guys are geeky like me and you didn't understand it, let me explain it. Metadata is the data about data. In a nutshell, I know that sounds silly, but it's the truth. It provides the context information, where the picture or video was taken, at what time. It gives other sources like creation date, who the author was. So is this your information? Is this your video? Or is this a video that you got through other sources? Was this something that might be somebody else's original content and you're using it under fair use? You see, all of this comes into play to protect you, your brand, and your channel in the event that there is a challenge to a video you put up. Let's say you're using music in your video. Again, metadata is critical because there is royalty-free use music that you can use on your videos. And if that's not available to you, or the music suddenly is no longer covered under that device, let's say you pay for a private music stream like Epidemic Sound, which is something that I pay for. Again, shout out to those members because that's why I have access to it. But me paying for Epidemic Sound means if I use music in one of my videos and YouTube says, hey, that's a content strike because we don't agree that you can play that music, well, Epidemic Sound is going to say, we give license for that. She's covered. Keep it pushing. So that protection is a benefit to me. But again, that information is available to YouTube through metadata. It dings bells for them as this is okay, this is not okay. The long and short of it. And some of the other metadata information that show up for our videos as content creator are the titles. So this is where you hear the statement clickbait. Let's say I'm putting up a video all about the fact that Hirschner's has acquired the rights to sell the Big Twist yarn. Now, is that a long-term thing or a short-term thing? That's a conversation for another day, not right now. But if I said this video was all about me teaching you how to make a granny square and I didn't even mention granny square, that's clickbait. The metadata of what my title, my thumbnail, and other relevant information said versus what I discussed, they have to be in compliance and they have to match up. Hence the metadata. Why is it relevant? Like I said, nobody wants clickbait. If you're using clickbait to get attention, the reality is the audience won't stay. You'll notice that today you saw my thumbnail. I was very clear about what I'm going to talk about tonight. My conversation has matched what my thumbnail and my title said I was going to talk about because I had no intention of getting you, the audience member, to come in and see me swirl and jumble in front of you on live conversation and not be a part of the topic that I promised you. You see, I don't lie to you. I'm going to give you what I say I'm going to give you. You may not want it, but I'm going to give it anyway. So at least you know what you're coming into the room for. And of course, it also gives, especially as it relates to metadata, the authority to say, Michelle knows about this. And this is what she showed us she's going to talk about. This is what she spoke about. It gives your brand authenticity, the long and short of it. Now, where the algorithm surfaces in videos, of course, as I said in the beginning, it shows up on the home page of our YouTube feed. When you open up your YouTube app, whether you're opening it on your television, your computer, or on your phone, it's going to give you a recommended page. You'll usually, unfortunately, lately, you're going to see an ad. 9 times out of 10, the very first thing you see is an ad. This is a sponsored video or short that some company thinks they want to push out on you. It may or may not be relevant, but the next things coming up are 9 times out of 10 going to be channels that you subscribe to, or they're showing videos related to things you've previously searched for or watched. That's the success of the algorithm. Another place that you're going to see it, of course, is in the suggested videos. So if you scroll down, if you're looking at it on your television, first you're going to get those recommended, those channel subscribed videos. If you scroll down on your television, the next ones are going to be suggested videos. Maybe this isn't someone you've ever watched before, but it's in the field of interest that you often look for. So like me, I'm really good about watching crochet content. Wonder why. Anyway, so I'm going to see a lot of recommendations for channels that I subscribe to, but I'm also going to see recommendations for channels that I've never seen before. Maybe there's a brand new channel out there that YouTube thinks, she'll give them a shot. Or maybe because I listen to a lot of music that doesn't have words, it's going to give recommendations of lo-fi channels or things like that. It knows what I watch, what I listen to. It knows I like comedies. So it's going to recommend comedians. Hopefully comedians I like, but sometimes they're comedians I've never seen before. So I get the opportunity to see and be exposed to a new situation that I would have never thought of to look up on my own. Goes back to the statement, you don't know what you don't know. So then, of course, there's a trending tab. So over the last, basically a little more than 24 hours, the buzz of the day is all about Big Twist Yarn and Hirschner's in the crochet community. So anybody who's got a video talking about Hirschner's, connecting with the Big Twist Yarn, their video is going to show up in that trending topic. If there was a bank heist in Alaska and all of a sudden everybody was getting, access to this money, I'm sure those of you who at all saw the Chase Bank glitch, okay, that was theft. Let's call it what it was. It was theft. But we all heard about the bank theft that was going on with the Chase Bank thing. So that was a trending topic, and that was why it showed up in our feeds. Another thing, of course, you're going to get if you're subscribed to channels or notifications. Let's say you're watching a video of a different channel, and all of a sudden, one of your favorite content creators drops a new video or goes live or does a premiere. One of my favorite things to do. And then immediately you're going to get notification that I've dropped a new video or I've gone live or whatever the situation. Even if I put up a post, you're usually going to get a notification about those types of things. And of course, there is always the browsing feature. So let's say you have a how-to question. Going to that search box is going to let you look up videos related to what you want to know. Now, why does all of this matter to content creators? Let's be realistic. Are you going to go to your job, whatever you do, and not have a general idea of how to do that job and get no training and be successful, I can pretty much tell you, as somebody who has hired people, the answer is no. You cannot walk into a situation completely blind and not understand how something works. The purpose for understanding the algorithm for you as a content creator or even a potential content creator, and then again as an audience member, is to understand why things show up in front of you so that you can decide, okay, I don't want to see any more videos about basketball. I don't care about basketball. So let me start searching for videos that I do like. Let me search for content creators that I do like. As a content creator, am I seeing a trend right now of people who are making granny square dresses? Absolutely. Am I going to make one? No. But am I going to talk about one in a video soon? Maybe. The point is, if this is something that the audience wants to see, we need to produce products and content for the audience so that we do show up in their algorithms and we do get their attention and keep it. You see, if I hadn't shared with other people that I was going to be making a pivot on my platform to introduce and teach more about the behind the scenes and the mechanics of what YouTube is, how does it work, how do we grow as content creators, nobody would ever know to come over here and learn more about what this is and what it does. I know that there are some people who are not going to connect with this information. They're not here for that, and that's okay. They're going to scroll past this video, and that's just fine. But there are some people who are going to see that title in their recommendation, and they're going to show up. Ursula's journey, I haven't had the opportunity to review her channel yet, but I'm planning to do so very, very soon. And because of that connection, she and I have a mutual in common, Dr. Lisa with Launch Your Income. And she introduced us. So Ursula got to meet me, and therefore she's here tonight to learn more about how to grow her channel and her platform. So I'm excited about that relationship. Of course, sharing all this information for you gives me the opportunity to help you understand how to increase your visibility in the algorithm for your potential audience. It also helps you with channel growth. And that, to me, is the reason that we all even make a video in the first place. Of course, it's also going to connect you with your target audience. If you're making crochet videos about wearables, but your target audience is really all about amigurumi, then you might want to tweak the information that you're putting out there. I'm laughing. Forgive me. So, you have to, give the information that your audience wants to receive. One of the biggest mistakes that I was told, and I'll admit I have told others, is to make those first videos with little interest as to what the topic was. That's a mistake. Don't waste your time making boring, dead videos that you don't think anyone's going to watch. The reality is somebody's going to watch it at some point, and they will look at you very differently because of it. I know that my first videos, you saw my growth. You see my journey. And I'm not going to pull any of them down because I want you to see them. But once I started niching in, and by not niching down or micro niching, but niching in, I'm in the crochet community. Once I started giving my audiences what they wanted to see, I had people who did not understand what the terminology and abbreviations were in patterns. I kept hearing over and over and over again, I can't read patterns. I only look at video tutorials because I don't understand the written pattern. I'm like, let me break that down. I love to teach. So this is something that I did very well with, and it grew my audience. I'm a person of relationship. I love making connections with new people. So making myself aware of where my camera is, where to look. And yes, I know you guys see the light in my glasses. I told you all, for those of you who know, that when I bought my glasses, I didn't have a YouTube channel. So the light on my glasses wasn't a consideration. And now it is. And when I buy the next pair of glasses, I will make the decision to pay for the extra coating so that I don't have that glare in my face. But my eyes are not as important as the words that are coming out of my mouth. So that's why I don't shy away from the camera. I started out with putting on makeup and doing all of the glammy junk. And for me, it's junk because I don't do that stuff. As soon as I was done filming my video, I immediately ran to my bathroom, washed that stuff off my face, pulled my hair in a ponytail, and got about the business of my daycare. When I stopped giving people what I thought they wanted and honestly gave them what I am and who I am, and moreover, what they wanted to see, I saw monumental growth in my platform. I saw monumental growth in my subscribers. And I think I really saw the most growth within me because suddenly I wasn't stuck on whether or not somebody was looking at my skin going, why does she have that strange pigmentation? Or why did she comb her hair that way? Why did she do that? The why factor wasn't a factor anymore because the information that I was sharing was the factor that they came for and returned for. So there's that. Now, in simple terms, for the few people who may still be saying, what the heck did she just say? What is she talking about? Think of the YouTube algorithm as a very helpful friend who knows what you like. The more videos you watch and interact with, the better this friend understands what your taste is and what to share with you. When you, as a content creator, upload a new video, the algorithm tries to figure out who else is going to want to see that video, and they're going to push that video in that direction. If people really like your video, it's going to continue to recommend that video. And if they don't like the video, they may not recommend it as much, but that's more out of protection for you and your feelings. So that's honestly it on the YouTube algorithm. Are there any questions? And hopefully what I said made sense. I'll give you guys a few moments to kind of think about what questions you may or may not have related to this. And if you have other questions that are in the general area, let's talk about it. I'd love to hear from you guys. I am going to put my keyboard down, and I'm sorry, I'm bumping my microphone, but I apologize. I tell you guys all the time, I don't enjoy doing lives. I get very nervous. And then where do I sweat? In the fold of my arms. Because yes, it gives me anxiety. Don't ask why. It just does. It's a me thing. It's not a you thing. I love being in your company, but I don't like being live because I'm always afraid I'm going to say something that I shouldn't. So I'm going to assume there are no questions. Excellent. What is everybody working on? What are you guys doing tonight? I know you're here spending time with me, but what are you going to be doing when you finish? Because we got 20 minutes. We can talk. And forgive me, I am setting up my water because I just, right before I turned on my camera, Siri, I didn't ask you any questions, so hush. There. I drank the last of my water before I started this video, so I need to make some more water. I don't have any questions, but I do want to say thank you. You presented some things I didn't know. I have been researching everything on YouTube for over a year. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to help. You've given some great information. Thank you. Hello, Heather. Heather, I'm going to tap your comment only because I can't see it because this new thing with StreamYard is they put this stupid share your referral link button in my way. And even if I click it, it's still there and I still can't see your comment. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And Ursula is saying hi to Heather. So yay me. I am so glad you guys are here. And I'm really, really glad that this information was helpful to you all. Hi, Heather. You guys are so sweet. This, like I said, for me was one of the biggest issues with starting my channel. People would ask me questions about, how does this work? Why are you doing that? Why do you always say, hit the like button, hit the like button? Because YouTube wants to know, do they like this video? Do we push this farther out? Are they just watching this because they can't find the remote? Those things happen. Listen, I have watched plenty of things on my television that I didn't want to watch because I couldn't find my remote. I have a remote on my phone, so I will change a video if it doesn't appeal to me. But there are also times that I have let videos play overnight because I was half asleep and wasn't looking for my phone to change it. So there's that. Again, YouTube is not sleeping on what people want to see and don't want to see. Yes, I am making flavored water because I'm a girl. It's what I like. So that aspect of it, when people would ask me, why don't I see more of your videos? My first question is, are you subscribed? Did you tickle the bell notification? And if they can't answer confidently yes, or they'll tell me, well, I subscribed when you first started your channel. Have you checked to make sure you're still subscribed? And if they haven't, 9 times out of 10, they've been unsubscribed and they don't even know. So that factor plays into whether or not I show up on their feed. The other side of that coin is, do I make videos that really are for them to be watching? I have personal friends who watch my channel on occasion, but they're not dedicated crochet people, so they don't necessarily look for videos like mine. So YouTube occasionally will recommend me to them when they watching YouTube, but as a general rule, no, I'm not necessarily an immediate recommendation. So it's always funny when I look in the comments and they've left a message like, hey, saw your video, that was great, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, I didn't know you watched, because I don't know, because we do get feedback and data in our YouTube studios, but the truth of it is we only know that people are liking our video, what the engagement looks like as a global thing. It's when people leave those comments, which is why I ask my audiences not just to comment in the chats when we're doing premieres or when we're in a live setting like this, but after this becomes a video for replay opportunity, and hey, team replay, go ahead and come back to the video and just say hi, or let me know that you enjoyed something or you learned something about the information that I'm sharing, because that information tells YouTube that it isn't just a lie, that other people will benefit from watching this information, and they're going to want to show that to other people long after I've gone to bed or that I put up other videos. Hold on for 1 second. I'm going to read what she said. Oh, sorry, guys. I needed some water. To be honest, being subscribed isn't enough. Even if you click the bell and turn on all notifications, if you don't interact and engage with the content, comment, like, share, the notifications will slow down and or stop. Yes, it's been hard building my channel, but I'm not stopping. Ursula, don't stop. Let's talk once this video ends. Send me a message, and like I said, I'm going to go check out your channel, see what your niche is, and if I can offer some maybe tips or tricks. And then as I plan future videos related to things like this, I'm going to make sure that I send you a message and say, hey, I'm going to be talking about ... and this might be beneficial for you to know. Exactly, like Flossom says. That's our Marty. Ursula, girl, don't stop. You got this. Exactly. And Heather, I don't know if you are currently a content creator or you're planning to become a content creator in the YouTube space, but by all means, share that with me so that I will know how to construct the next steps of what I'm going to be talking about in future Wednesday lives. Because like I said, this space I am going to be using dedicated to supporting, encouraging, and promoting content creators and knowing the things we need as content creators. So here's the buzz of what's going to happen next week. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm assuming this. Planning to create a content for YouTube. Oh, that's amazing. Heather, do me a favor. Drop in the comment what niche you're most interested in working with and what area of interest you're going to be focusing on, because I'd love to know more about it. Now, next week, my plug for next week. I'm excited about this one. This is all about gear talk. What is my setup? What was my initial financial investment before I started my channel? What things have I purchased as a content creator to bring a better view to what you see on the screen for the product that I produce? Also, what software do I use? What editing scripts? What's my back end? What do I use in apps that help me produce what I produce? For those of you that have seen my videos, you know I have music in my video. You know that there are different segments of the videos that show up, whether it's the conversation like you're seeing right now, or you're seeing the overhead shot of me crocheting, things like that. What are my gears, so to speak? I'm excited to be talking about that next week. Amelia is getting such a big hug from me right now. Yes, onward and upward. Heather says, I'm a reader, so it will be focused around books and intersecting in other areas of life, music, and food. That sounds amazing. What's your favorite food style? Is it Mexican? Is it Cuban? Is it Jamaican? Is it American? Is it top tier Michelin cuisine? Or is it just what mama put on the table and baby, you better be glad you ate? Let us know. I'm really curious. That sounds like fun. Ursula, Michelle is amazing with think stuff. If she doesn't know, she finds the answers and puts it in a way that's easy to understand. Oh, thank you. I'm blushing. Girl, I just like food. See, Marty and I are on the same page. We want to know the things. Say that part. And Amelia said, okay. Oh, you guys are awesome. See, this is what I want this night to be about. Of course, I want you all to return for the crochet content that I'm putting out. But I want to give you the behind the scenes. Hey, Kitty Lane, welcome in. Baby, don't worry about being late. There is Team Replay. You know this. This is what we do. And I'm going to brag on Kitty for a second. Kitty has taken an extra step with me to have one-on-one Zoom conversations. And I've been able to kind of coach her behind the scenes on information related to her channel and her growth opportunities. Some fixes and tweaks that she would want to make in order to show up in the algorithm better and have a better relationship with her experience as a YouTube content creator. And I would dearly love if you would you share a little bit about what you've learned thus far and has it been beneficial for you? Mama Winch said, well, this has been interesting, informative, but it's time for this old lady to start winding down. Hugs and smooches, Mama Winch. Thank you for being here. And I love that you were here. It made my night. I will be calling you in the next couple of days, so keep your phone close. Anyway, that's I love you, darling. Oh, so I'm going to wait for Kitty to add that information. And guys, we are 49 minutes in. That went pretty quickly. Sorry about that. I know I'm bumping you, and I apologize because I know that's super loud. So, oh, and I got a bit of a headache. So I am going to do something I don't normally do, and let's take some ibuprofen while you guys are here. But I got to do something. I can't take much more. Those of you that know my daytime job, I have a home daycare, and I have a young man in my life who likes to scream constantly. And yeah, sometimes it can wear on a girl. So there's that. Done. I apologize, but I had to do it. Okay, there we go. Kitty said, I'm going to have to tap it because I can't see because of that darn button. Kitty said, I've learned how to open my mind and narrow down my purpose and articulate it. I've learned how to navigate, told, uh, learned to navigate, told I never knew existed. I'm comfortable with it. I can see this happening. You basically are saying, correct me if I'm wrong, that you learned how to dream. I love that. I love that. You're very welcome. Of course, I'm not a gatekeeper. I am going to tell you what I know. Listen, I'm a funnel. Information is poured into me. I'm going to pour it out. It's just that simple. If I can help somebody else do what I do, have fun in what they do, and do it in a way that supports them, whether this is a passion product or it's an income generating opportunity, well, then it's my pleasure to do exactly that. So I'm glad that we had this conversation. Guys, I know we have 8 minutes, and yeah, we could sit here and putz around, or you guys could go answer nature's call, grab something delicious to eat, and maybe hug on a family member or a friend. Whatever you choose to do, thank you for being here tonight. And I do hope that I will see you in my next video or on my next live, which of course will be Saturday. Again, for my members that are in the royal court, please make sure that you've reached out to me because I am going to be dropping the links so that you guys can join me in the Zoom meeting on Saturday for those of you who can make it. For those of you can't, and we'll see us at 10. I look forward to seeing you then. So, with that said, I love you guys. I got Bojangles. Okay, that's a chicken place. I don't know much about it. We don't have Bojangles in this area, but nonetheless, I'm glad you got what you wanted. That's the best part. I hope you got some great information. And until I see you again, make sure you eat, you drink your water, but most of all, I hope you have some fun today. Until I see you again, take care.